Jersey Sports Zone's Last Dance Baseball Tournament Selection Show is presented by Sterling National Bank.
The COVID-19 pandemic devastated not only the state of New Jersey, but the entire country, and sports was taken away. But thanks to an extraordinary community of high school baseball coaches in New Jersey, the seniors of the class of 2020 are going to get one last dance. I'm Rich Grampanis, and Jersey Sports Zone is honored to bring you the Last Dance Baseball Tournament Selection Show. I've been waiting a long time to say this, but baseball is back. We are joined by two of the key organizers of this incredible event. In the middle, Mike Murray Jr., the head coach of St. Joe's Metuchen, and to the right, the head coach from Milburn High School, Brian Chapman. Coaches, we are so excited to show some brackets. Just tell me how this entire process has come together, starting with Coach Murray.
It came together when we found out there was no spring season, put together an idea for what kids like, which is a bracket show like you guys are about to do, a tournament setting, an opportunity to compete, and sent it to Brian over there to take a look at it and tell me if I was crazy or not. And he's been working on brackets ever since.
Coach, when you look at the way this tournament is designed, every single team in the field is guaranteed 3 games thanks to some form of a round robin. Take us through how this tournament's going to come together, and then from there to the single elimination play in weeks 2 and 3.
Ideally, as you know, seedings work best in groups of 4. So I think our goal right from the beginning was to try to make as many 4s and 8s as we could, all multiples of 4, obviously. Ultimately, we took some preseason rankings from some great sources, John Kroger, first and foremost among them. And we tried to make it so those top teams in the North and the South were serving as top seeds or regional hosts, if you will. And so those would be the teams that had the best opportunity to move through. And then after pool play, theoretically, we would have the best 32 teams in New Jersey playing in a single elimination tournament, which I think gets everybody a little bit excited, especially after this lack of baseball for so long.
Coach Murray, as we get ready to reveal these brackets, there are a couple of interesting names out there just because of this extraordinary pandemic. Some school districts aren't allowing their teams to be using their school names. Just take us through that, so when people understand these brackets, we're going to reveal them as the kids that play for their respective high schools.
It's important that this is, through our friends with the USSSA sanctioning our tournament, this is the youth baseball tournament. So you will see some funny names and some things that don't necessarily match up to what you'd see in an NJSIA sectional tournament. Keep that in mind when you see some funny names. They are from New Jersey and they are from different areas, so it should be fun. But that's important to note. And again, we wanted to run this tournament without stepping on any toes, right? We wanted to do something that was within all the guidelines given to us from our different governing bodies, and we think we've done that.
And it's time now for us to take you around the entire state. The Jersey Sports Zone team is here to reveal the brackets for the Last Dance tournament. We're going to get started up north, where Jay Cook has the first matchups.
Thanks, Rich. Jay Cook here for JerseySportsZone.com. I'm our multimedia journalist in the northern part of the state. There were so many teams in that region who felt like they had what it took to get to Hamilton and compete for a state championship this spring. Many of those same teams are in the Last Dance tournament. So let's get right into the North Jersey Regionals.
We're going to kick things off in one of the northernmost regions in the entire state, with games being played at Don Bosco Prep and Lakeland. Bosco is playing as the Ramsey Diamondbacks and earned the top seed in their half of the bracket. Ramsey, Pascack Valley, and Cliffside Park follow up. On the other side, it's Ramapo gaining the top spot, followed by Lakeland, Waldwick, and the tri-op of Allendale, Hohokus, and Upper Saddle River.
Bosco's senior southpaw Blake Helmstetter was primed for a big year on the mound, and we'll see him in the last dance. But head coach Mike Rooney said this tournament is more than just aces on the bump.
But I think what is definitely shared by everyone is just the idea to get back out on the field and not necessarily wear the jersey for one last time, but to be with your peers for one last time and to compete a little bit for something that is meaningful.
Next up, the Bergen County Regional. We've got all 8 teams playing at Overpeck Field in Leonia. No doubt here, Bergen Catholic pulls the top seed in this regional. Opposite that, Old Tappan was 8-16 last season, but earns a 1 seed. The Crusaders have the firepower up and down their lineup to make a deep run in the last dance. They had some young bats last season, but expect plenty of runs scored from the BC Crusaders this summer. There are 3 regionals based in Morris County, and here comes the first. Fields here are split between Fleury Field in Morris Township and Jannerone Park in Parsippany. Delbarton, the top seed on the A side, will play at their home park. Montville, Morris Knolls, and Morris Catholic come in at 2, 3, and 4. Parsippany Hills made it to the county quarters last season and will secure a 1 seed on their side, with Parsippany at 2, followed by Boonton and Mountain Lakes at 3 and 4. There might not be an MLB first-round draft pick on this year's Tidal Wave team, but Delbarton must be considered a favorite based on all of those titles in 2019. You can't count out the defending non-public A champions.
Up next, some Essex County action coming at you from West Orange High School and Nishuane Park in Montclair. No surprise here, Seton Hall Prep enters the regional on the A side. The home school West Orange is 2, with Passaic Valley and Belleville closing out this 4-team pod. On the B side, Montclair gets the nod as the top seed, followed by Bloomfield, Montclair Kimberly Academy, and Kushner.
We've got potential for a great regional championship in this bracket. Montclair beat Seton Hall Prep last spring to win the annual Greater Newark Tournament. Is there a rematch on the horizon? Well, we'll have to wait and see. Our tour in North Jersey continues for a county crossover for the Paramus-Passaic Regional, with action set for Rec Field in Paramus. Ridgewood won Group 4 last season and will earn a top seed on their half, and they'll go to bat against Paramus, Riverdale, and Hackensack on the A side. On the B side, 4 schools all close together geographically. After an unforgettable 2019 season with a county title and a state championship, Ridgewood has positioned themselves among the top teams in the last dance. Senior catcher Brian Scattini is excited to be back on the field one more time.
But we just had the mentality this year to just come back and just play harder than the other team, which that's what we're going to try and do in this tournament, even though it's only a couple games here and there that just for the seniors, but we're going to try and work hard still. We're going to come with that mentality again.
JSZ's Neri Rodriguez has more from the northern part of the state.
Jersey Sports Zone's North Jersey baseball coverage is being brought to you by NJM Insurance.
Thanks, Jay. What's going on, people? Neri Rodriguez here. Special shout out to all of our Mercer County viewers. I think I speak for everyone at JSZ when I say, it's good to finally be back. But enough of that mushy stuff, let's break down the North. Jersey City Regional Bracket. You can catch that at Cave and Point and Lincoln Park in Jersey City. St. Peter's Prep, the frontrunner, 18-10 last year, lost the county final and made it to state quarters. Ferris playing as the Jersey City Bulldogs, 10-4 in 2019. Hudson Catholic, 15-6 in 2019, lost in the non-public B North semifinals. And a team to watch going down the stretch, Bayonne. Bees baseball in the 3rd spot, 25-3 last year. Graduated a lot of seniors, but well coached by Dave Hoffman. Let's see what's going on at the Hive.
You know, to be able to get back with these young men and play some baseball again, have some fun is truly, you know, what this is about.
And Justin, what about you? What are you looking forward to most about the tournament?
Just to piggyback what Coach said, just I haven't played with the kids that I've been practicing with all year, and it really sucks when this thing happens and you can't. So I just really want to get back together with my guys and have a good tournament.
Whitehouse Station Regional. 4 teams will meet at Railroad Field in Whitehouse Station, New Jersey. Voorhees in the number 1 spot, 13-8 in 2019. Phillipsburg, a 14-win team last year. And a potential frontrunner in this bracket, Hunterdon Central. The Hunterdon County Devils were 16-9. Look for them to make some waves. Bridgewater Regional. 4 teams will play at Prince Rogers Field in Bridgewater. Have to start out with the county champs, Immaculata Spartans, Part 2. They finished 16-10 last year. Somerville in the 2 spot, playing as the Bulldogs, 18-7 in 2019. And definitely one of the most competitive brackets in the tournament, Bridgewater, 15 wins last year. They're in the 3 spot. Interesting to see who will advance from this region. Upper Morris Sussex Regional. 8 teams will meet at Sussex Minor Stadium in the number 1 spot, Roxbury, the North 1 Group 3 champs, 16-11 last year. Jefferson, 15-13. And both Randolph and Morris Hills playing as the Rockaway Knights, finishing with 7 wins in 2019. On the other side of the bracket, High Point, 13-8, lost the county final. Newton and Sussex Tech finishing with 8 wins. Tech playing as the blue team, Newton the white. And in the 3 spot, can't forget about Vernon. The Vikings were 13-8. They have potential to take the bracket.
It's all Essex County here in the Livingston-Caldwell Regional. Games will be played at Oakner Park in Livingston and the Oval in Caldwell. Milburn is the top seed on the A side after making runs in the county and state tournament. Livingston, Hanover Park, and Columbia close out this side. As for the B half, West Essex is the top dog. Caldwell is the 2, Glenridge is the 3, Cedar Grove is the 4. Tournament organizer Brian Chapman has been hard at work putting together the last dance, but you know his Milburn team will be ready to play. This could be an exciting summer for the Millers.
Piscataway TD Bank Regional. 8 teams will duke it out at Columbus Park in Piscataway, New Jersey, and TD Bank Ballpark, home of the Somerset Patriots. Hillsborough coming in at the number 1 spot, 16-6 last year. Watchung Hills playing as the Diamond Warriors in the 2nd spot. Host team Piscataway finishing with 10 wins in 2019. On the other side, Ridge 18-10 in 2019. They have a shot to go far. Gill St. Bernard's in the 2 spot. And a possible frontrunner, Rutgers Prep. Graduated a lot of seniors but have a good influx for the tournament. Let's catch up with the Argonauts. So, Coach, give me your initial reaction when you heard about this tournament actually going forward.
Just excitement. You know, these kids work so hard, and I deal with a lot of kids that, you know, high school baseball is where their journey ends. So to have the opportunity for them to go back out and play with each other and try one more time to achieve some personal goals, it was an unbelievable idea, and I'm just so happy that things have worked out where this is a possibility for them.
I mean, it's great. It's almost like a revival, so to speak. It's like they cut our season short, which sucked. I mean, especially for the seniors. It's like our last chance to do something and to have like a second chance. And even though it's not like an official like second chance, it feels good to play for something and do something. I mean, it's good. I'm excited. I can't wait.
We move on to the Lodi Regional. 4 North Jersey teams playing round robin at Lodi High School. The host school Rams get the 3rd spot and will try and pull off the upset, along with 4th seed Elmwood Park, who are playing as the East Patterson Crusaders. Nutley is the top seed, coming off a 22-7 season. Rutherford was a stellar 23-4 last year and earns the number 2 slot. One of those 4 losses came last year at the hands of Nutley. The Nutley-Rutherford showdown should be a good one. The Bulldogs have a trio of seniors that have big game experience in Jacob Gomez, CJ Francisco, and Dom Morrow, along with pitcher Eric Warnicki. Let's move on to the Cranford Union Regional. Games to be played at Memorial Field in Cranford and Teener Field in Union. The Cougars of Cranford get the top seed coming off a 17-5 record last year. A name to watch, highly touted freshman Ryan Jaros, who will make his unofficial varsity debut. Union Catholic and Essex County Co-op and Linden will play at Cranford. Union Catholic is playing as the Union County Vikings. We got a look at the Vikings last year against Woodbridge in a quality 4-1 win that was sparked by great defense, including 2 outstanding catches on the wet turf by Richie Gonzalez. On the other side of the pod, Union is the top seed. The Farmers welcome Elizabeth, Roselle Park, and Brearley to town.
The Becton Woodridge Regional brings us 8 small schools playing at 2 small high school fields in the north. You'll remember St. Mary's Rutherford went 21-9 last season and won a state title. They earned the top seed on the A side. Lyndhurst gets the 2 seed, with Hasbrook Heights at 3 and Becton finishing at 4. On the B side, Woodridge gets to play at home and be the top seed. Midland Park, North Arlington, and Bogota close out the field there. St. Mary's was the only team in this group to play through the sectional tournament last season, and they went on a magical run to win the non-public B state championship. Don't count them out. They're ready to bring the heat again in the last dance.
Flanders Eastern Morris Regional, 8 teams duking it out at Russ Nagel Field in Flanders, New Jersey. Both Mount Olive and Mendham playing as the Minutemen with 13 wins last year. Hackettstown down in the 4th spot. Things heating up on the other side, both Pompton Lakes and Kinnelon playing as the North Jersey Colts with 15 wins. Pequannock with 7. And Butler finishing 22-5. Don't be surprised to see them in the mix later on. And the heavy hitter in this bracket, West Morris playing as the Long Valley Highlanders. 26-7 in 2019, lost the Group 3 state championship to Wall, so they are on a mission. Let's check in with the Wolfpack.
A disappointing spring to say the least. We have 10 seniors on our roster, and they were geared up and ready to go for their last season of high school ball, and it didn't happen. And this tournament is a really fun way to supplement what would have been an exciting season.
You know, I was like kind of set on like, wow, I guess my last, baseball game was last year, like ever playing. But no, I'm happy that we got to get this tournament.
Plenty of action set for Snyder Park in Berkeley Heights. That's the main venue for the Berkeley Heights Western Union County Regional. The first half of that bracket features Governor Livingston as the top seed. Summit, New Providence, and Oratory Prep round out the teams. The Highlanders of Governor Livingston coming off a 21-win campaign in 2019. That included a pair of wins in the Central Jersey Group 2 playoffs. The second half of the Berkeley Heights Western Union County bracket now. These games will be played at Snyder Park and at Teener Field in Union. Scotch Plains Fanwood the top seed, followed by Westfield, Newark Academy, and Dayton. An interesting matchup here is Scotch Plains versus Westfield. These teams met in the North 2 Group 4 semifinals last season. It was the Blue Devils of Westfield winning that one en route to the North 2 Group 4 sectional title in 2019.
Normally I'd say I'm Neri Rodriguez, and you already know it's Jersey Sports Zone, but we're not done yet.
Jersey Sports Zone Shore Conference coverage is being brought to you by ACI Medical and Dental School.
Thanks a lot, Neri. It's time now for the South brackets in the Last Dance Baseball Tournament. 16 more regions as we have more 4 and 18 pods looking to get to week 2 and the single elimination tournament.
We start off the South region with a power 18 pod. It's the Brick Tri-County Regional. It should be a great crowd when the crosstown rivals meet as Brick Township tangles with Brick Memorial. That's the 2 and 3 seed. This region is deep. The 4-seed Jackson Liberty was 23-4 last year, looking to replace the void of 6 departed seniors. And the number 1 seed is one of the most dangerous teams in New Jersey. Jackson Memorial, playing as the Jackson Jags, have 9 Division I commits, and most of their roster is ready to take the field, primed to make a run in the Last Dance tournament. Jackson Memorial hit 30 homers last year. Look for some dingers in Brick starting on July 14th.
I think one of the teams everyone was most excited to see in 2020 was the Jaguars at Jackson Memorial. And we're joined now by one of the great seniors, the Rutgers commit, Ryan Lasko. And Ryan, tell me what the guys have been talking about and how exciting it is now to know that the Jaguars are going to be playing baseball in July.
Well, it's kind of a thing about it's about time. Once you heard the discussions about the tournament, it's exciting. But now that it's like officially going to happen, it's pretty exciting. So we're ready to go.
When did you get hope again that you guys might get to play one more time?
I'd probably say within the last week because I felt like I didn't have hope that this was going to happen, but now it's being put together, so it's exciting. So I'd say within the last week.
Can you describe to me what it's going to be like when the Jaguars take the field on July 14th?
It's going to be exciting. It's easy to see. Like, I'm really excited. I feel like it's just great competition, and it's going to be awesome. I can't even describe how I feel about being able to play.
Ryan, we're looking forward to seeing you out there. It's going to be a blast.
It's going to be awesome. Thank you.
Moving on to the Tri-County Regional side, this is a stacked 4 teams with Manalapan, Allentown, Monroe, and Robbinsville. They're called the Monmouth Monarchs, but we know them as Manalapan. The Central Jersey Group 4 champs last year had a stellar 24-9 record and always had a flair for the dramatic. The Braves were 7-1 in one-run games last year. This group is capable of providing walk-off drama in July. Allentown reps Mercer County in the 2 slot. Neri Rodriguez gets reaction from the Redbirds.
It's great for the kids. That's what it really comes down to. Mike and the other guys that put this thing together have really done above and beyond, quite honestly. The things they've done and the organization they've put out and just everything, they've answered every question along the way, and they've really done a great job putting this thing together, and our guys are excited. Every one of my guys jumped at the opportunity, and the seniors especially, obviously, are thrilled to get together for a couple more ball games, and it's really exciting for everybody.
Putting everything into perspective, just tell everybody what it means for you to be able to get another high school baseball season.
It means a lot because I've been waiting for this season for over 2 years now, so it's been a lot of hard work to get back to where I'm hopefully going to be at when this tournament starts.
We move on to the Lincroft Freehold Regional. Games to be played at Christian Brothers Academy and a second location to be determined. 7 of the 8 teams in this pod are from the Shore Conference. It's a family affair in Lincroft. CBA's Marty Kenny Jr. takes over the Colts for his legendary dad, Marty Kenny Sr., and the 3-seed East Brunswick is coached by his brother, Chris Kenny. Manasquan and Modern Day Prep are also in action at CBA. Colts baseball is the top seed. CBA was supposed to be a state title contender, and Mason Wolf tells JSZ that the seniors will be playing in the last dance. Wolf is a Monmouth University commit, and look out for Vandy commit Pat Riley and VCU pledge Braden Hunt. The Colts have the arms and bats to make a deep run in this tournament. The B-side features Freehold District Schools, Freehold Township, Marlboro, and Freehold Borough, playing as Columbia Blue, Blue and Gold, and the Monmouth Dogfish, along with the Lions of Middletown North.
Plenty of action in Pitman as the Panthers are hosting an 8-team regional. In the first half of the bracket, Bishop Eustace is the top seed, followed by Audubon, Pitman, and the Gloucester County Institute of Technology. The Crusaders of Bishop Eustace, of course, a perennial South Jersey non-public powerhouse. Audubon is always among the top small schools in South Jersey. The Green Wave have a top arm in Sean Colbert. The righty had 40 strikeouts with an earned run average under 2 last spring. The other bracket in the Pitman Regional features Vineland, Washington Township, Glassboro, and Triton. The Bulldogs of Glassboro were widely considered a South Jersey Group 1 title contender entering the season. They were set to return plenty of talent from a team that won 23 games, but lost a heartbreaker in the Group 1 state final a year ago. Noah Putney, Drew Tung, and Justin Tung are players to watch for Glassboro. Out of the way, Shoobies, we've got plenty of baseball to play in Ocean City. OC hosting a 6-team regional. The Red Raiders are the top seed, followed by Holy Spirit, Egg Harbor Township, Cedar Creek, the Atlantic County Institute of Technology, and Millville. The Cedar Creek Pirates feature a pair of players to watch in Luke Vax and David Hageman. Vax is a senior and an Old Dominion commit. Hageman is a junior and a West Virginia commit. That's a potent 1-2 punch for the Pirates. Mike Baginski, Nate Goranson, and Connor Nurnberg are three savvy seniors looking to lead the way for the Millville Thunderbolts. ACIT had a great chance to have a breakthrough season this year. We caught up with Red Hawks head coach Sean Coyle to get his thoughts on the tournament.
Listen, man, it's house money. This isn't supposed to be happening, and it is. And we're gonna make the most of it. And we're gonna have a fun 3-day stretch out there, and we're gonna let it all go. And if we come out of pool play, we come out of pool play. But if we don't, we don't. And guess what? We're gonna get 3 games together that we never thought we would ever have.
We continue the South brackets with the Metuchen-Edison Regional. Games to be played at St. Joe Metuchen and Edison High School. Coach Mike Murray Jr. has been so consumed with making the last dance happen, he will get a chance to be in the dugout with his St. Joe Metuchen Falcons starting on July 14th. St. Joe's the number 1 seed, followed by Sayreville, Island Kennedy, and Wardlaw Hartridge. Edison's the top seed on the other side and will host J.P. Stevens, Carteret, and South River. If Edison and St. Joe Metuchen can get to 2-0 in pool play, the Eagles and Falcons split last year in the regular season. It could be a battle for the top spot heading into the single elimination tournament in week 2. We go back to the Shore Conference for the Red Bank Belmar Regional. Games will be played at Count Basie Field in Red Bank and at the Edward Brown Complex in Wall. The host Purple Roses get the number 4 seed and will look to upset top-seeded St. John Vianney playing as RBI baseball, along with the Blue and Gray of Howell and Monmouth Regional. Red Bank Catholic is the top seed, with Red Bank Regional the 2 seed, followed by Neptune and Long Branch. Should be a good crowd in Red Bank for that RBC Bucks baseball showdown. The Caseys have one of the top junior hurlers in the nation in Shane Panzini. The University of Virginia commit should be on the MLB draft radar in 2021, and we should see him in action in July. RBC head coach Buddy Houseman played a big role in getting a lot of the Shore Conference teams on board in the Last Dance tournament.
Back when Mike said it, I was a little bit like, I don't know about that, but the more I picked up steam and the more I talked to people, and especially Mike and other guys, this opportunity was great, and I was hoping to get the teams in the Shore and throughout the state involved any way I could with connections I had, and I hooked Mike up with some different people, and especially the Lakewood Blue Claws, to get them as a site, to get them on board. So it's really going very well up to this point, which is what we were just hoping to do for the kids, especially the seniors.
Coach, looking forward to seeing you out there at Count Basie Field, and it's going to be fun to be shooting some baseball highlights.
We can't wait.
Jersey Sports Zone's Mercer County coverage is being brought to you by Princeton Orthopedic Associates.
Lawrenceville Regional. Heightstown playing as the East Windsor Rams, Lawrence in the 3 spot, and Princeton playing as the PC Tigers in 4th. And then your Mercer County champs Notre Dame 24-2 in 2019. Unfortunately, longtime head coach Joe Drulis not cleared to coach in the tournament. Luckily, his assistant coach Conover is stepping in. Let's catch up with the Irish.
The kids are excited. There was a huge response. The kids that were all asking as soon as when it first started. When he first started putting this out, the director, kids were asking me in school, or not in school, but texting me and emailing me and asking me, are we playing? So there was a huge response, and it was a positive response for the kids playing.
And Braden, how does it feel to be back out there after being cooped up these last couple months?
I can't really put it into words just yet. I'm not really sure I will be able to. Hasn't really set in yet. I'm really thankful that this was put together. Get to put that to use and get back out there playing games is going to feel phenomenal again.
Awesome. Ryan, any closing comments?
Braden kind of hit it on the head. I was really bummed when I learned that we weren't having a season because we put a lot of work in, and it feels great to get back on the field.
The Barnegat-Bayville Regional features 7 of the 8 teams from Ocean County. Games will be played at Barnegat High and Leiter Field in Bayville. Central Regional, the host in Bayville, gets the 4 seed. Toms River East gets the top spot, followed by Pinelands playing as Tuckerton Little Lake Harbor and Donovan Catholic. At Barnegat High, the host Beeb Baseball is the number 2 seed. Southern Regional takes the 3 spot, and it's Point Pleasant Beach in the number 4 seed, all looking to upend the top seed in this pod, Point Pleasant Borough. The Panthers won the Ocean County title, the Central Jersey Group 2 crown, and made it all the way to the Group 2 state championship game. Borough won't have their ace Nick Guzzi in this tournament, but there's still a lot of talent for a team that could be dangerous if they get through pool play.
And for the final 8 regions in the Last Dance Baseball Tournament, we turn things over to the 2019 New Jersey Sportscaster of the Year, Mike Frankel.
Jersey Sports Zone South Jersey baseball coverage is being brought to you by Cooper University Healthcare.
Thanks, Rich. I'm Mike Frankel here to help break down more of the bracket on the South Jersey side. Some of South Jersey's top teams. They'll be in action in Burlington County, Camden County, Cape May County, and Gloucester County. A tremendous mix of public and non-public squads hoping to bring home some hardware this summer. Time for the Voorhees Delran Regional. These games being played at Eastern and at Holy Cross. First, the Eastern side of the bracket. The Vikings are the top seed, followed by Highland, Moorestown, and Sterling. Eastern making a run all the way to the Group 4 state final last season. The Vikings feature a top arm in Cole Boyan. Highland is certainly a tough 2 seed. The Tartans won 15 games a year ago and figured to be in the mix to make a deep run in South Jersey Group 3 this year. The Delran side of the bracket is an intriguing mix of teams. Cherry Hill East is the top seed, followed by Holy Cross, Haddon Heights, and Maple Shade. The Cougars of Cherry Hill East advancing to the South Jersey Group 4 final a year ago. Maple Shade, a potentially dangerous 4 seed here. Derek Andrada is a top pitcher for the Wildcats. Andrada led Maple Shade with 68 strikeouts last spring and pitched the Wildcats to the brink of a South Jersey Group 1 final appearance.
Bordentown Trenton Regional. Let's start off on the Trenton side. The Prep A champs hung 22-2 last year. Trenton Catholic playing as TCA 14-9. A young and up-and-coming team. Look for them to make some waves. Bordentown always well coached. They finished 13-8. And this is a straight-up Hamilton showdown. Nottingham the 3rd seed. Steiner playing as the Hamilton Spartans. They were 14-10. Shout out to Vanderbilt commit CJ Pitaro. And the headliners, Dirty Boys, Hamilton West, 24-4 last year. Look for them to make waves not just in this bracket, but the entire tournament.
Kingsway hosting a 4-team bracket in Woolwich Township. The Dragons are the 1 seed with Clearview, Pennsville, and Salem rounding out the bracket. Of course, Kingsway and Clearview are fierce Route 322 rivals. The Pioneers are coming off a 14-win season in 2019. That campaign also featured a South Jersey Group 4 playoff win as the Nears beat Millville on the road. Junior Ann Petrutz is a Maryland commit and a big-time bat for Clearview. Let's head to the Brooklawn Regional at Joe Barth Field, the home of Gloucester Catholic. The Rams are the top seed, followed by West Deptford, Deptford, and Gloucester. The Gloucester Catholic Rams were hit hard by graduation in 2019, but still figured to contend for a non-public B state title after falling in the state final last spring. GC won 20 games a year ago. The Eagles of West Deptford are the defending South Jersey Group 2 champions. The Eagles won 17 games in 2019 before falling to Point Pleasant Borough in the state semifinal round. Williamstown hosting a bracket. The Braves are the 2 seed with Mainland as the top seed. Timber Creek and Buna are in the mix here as well. Williamstown won 14 games a year ago and was set to return plenty of players to its lineup. That list includes junior Brody Colbert, who collected 29 hits as a sophomore. Colbert can also flash the leather in the field. It should be noted that Mainland will be without Chase Petty, one of the top 2021 pitchers in the nation. Time for the Belmar Burlington Regional now. The first half of this bracket features games being played in Belmar. Cherokee takes the top seed here, with Shawnee, Overbrook, and Paul VI rounding things out. Shawnee went on a run to win the Joe Hartman Diamond Classic last season, but the Renegades were upset in the opening round of the South Jersey Group 4 playoffs. Meanwhile, Cherokee entered the playoffs with just 6 wins, but advanced all the way to the South Jersey Group 4 semifinals. Here's Cherokee standout senior Jake Prince on The Last Dance.
We were really looking forward to this year, and we knew we had a lot of talent, and we knew we could probably make a run at something. So it was a bummer when it got canceled, and we weren't able to do that, but we definitely feel like this is like the second chance for us to really show who we are and all the talent we do have.
The other half of the bracket will be played at Doane Academy. Northern Burlington, Burlington Township, Doane Academy, and Florence will take part here. Lorenzo Repack is a senior standout and a Monmouth commit for NBC. Repack has a ton of big game experience, including helping to lead Burlington County to a Phillies Carpenter Cup title last year.
The final 8 Shore Conference teams make up the Wall Ocean Township Regional. Games to be played at North Wall Little League and Ocean Township High School. On the A side, Middletown South gets the top seed with Colts Neck, Homedale, and Shore Regional, who cast aside the Blue Devils and play as the Jersey Shore Monsters. The Eagles are another team to keep an eye on, a senior-laden roster that went 17-7 last year. Chris Latino, a Seton Hall commit, tells JSZ they should have a full roster to compete. A must-see game would be Ocean Township and Middletown South if both top seeds can get wins in the first 2 rounds of pool play. It's the Spartans with the top spot on the B side, followed by Rumson Fairhaven, Raritan playing as the Hazlitt Renegades, and Matawan as the 4 seed. We talked with Andrew Schmid, who's hoping that RFH can make some noise in the regional.
Andrew, tell me, as a junior, what does it mean for you to know that the seniors are going to get this last dance?
Oh, it's awesome. I know the seniors, such as Kevin Shanes, have really been working hard. So just to spend few more games with him, it's really looking forward to it.
Andrew, we look forward to seeing you out there, and get ready for July. I can't wait.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Looking forward to as well.
The final 8 teams in the Last Dance tournament field come from the North Brunswick Regional. Games will be played at Community Park. South Brunswick is the top seed on the A side, followed by Old Bridge, North Brunswick, and St. Thomas Aquinas. Old Bridge, the 2nd seed, was the GMC champion last year with 23 wins. The Knights have to rebuild after losing a lot of seniors, including Sonny Fauci, who's at St. John's, but they do have talented junior hurler Jason Gilman. South Plainfield, the top seed on the other side, coming off an 18-9 record out of the GMC. Middlesex, Spotswood, and Middlesex Votech round out the 222 teams in the Last Dance baseball tournament that gets started on July 14th around the state.
All right, that wraps up the brackets. Let's send it back to Rich Krampanis now to get some final thoughts on the Last Dance tournament. Rich?
Another essential part of the Last Dance baseball tournament. John Kroger, the Super Scout. We give him so many titles, but I'm going to call you the bracketologist here because you really put this field together along with Coach Chapman and Coach Murray. I mean, how does it feel to have the field locked down?
It wasn't just us 3. There was, coaches. We had a meeting last week, and we talked about it. And, basically it wasn't really too hard because we regionalized it. And we also put, the teams that we thought were the strongest at the top, and then teams around it, wherever we had a site closest to that region. So it really played out pretty well.
I'm going to put you on the spot here because now that the brackets are out, we can all kind of digest them. And if you move ahead to Trenton on July 30th, what 2 teams would you like to see go head-to-head in that big showdown?
Really funny that you said that. And I'm looking at a real good, probably 15 teams that could be there. But if you had to put a gun to my head, and I'd pick 4 teams, I would probably say the Hun School would be one. I'd probably say Don Bosco Prep would be another. There's a lot of really good teams. I don't want to miss any teams out, but just kind of looking at this, I got a good 15, 20 teams that I think could be there.
John Kroger, thanks for everything you did for this tournament, and can't wait to see it all play out.
Okay.
And Coach Murray, I think it's important to point out the safety measures that are being taken with COVID-19 still very much on the forefront of everyone's minds.
Yeah, I think that was critically important. I think that was probably the first area that when Brian and I were talking about this conceptually, and fortunately had a lot of feedback and a lot of good information from our head coaches who talked to ADs, who talked to people in their districts about what we needed to provide to make this safe. I think we've gone above and beyond the protocols that are in place. We're going to have athletic training staff at every site. They're going to be taking temperatures at every site. They're going to be recording that. They're going to be doing symptom checks. As important as this tournament running safely and being something that the kids can have fun doing. We are taking a lot of responsibility up to 225 coaches and partners and host sites. We want to do a good job showing that sports can be back safely and if done in the right way, can again unify kids, give them a sanctuary. Some good news to hopefully start turning the tide coming out of what has been a really devastating few months.
You've had an awful lot of hurdles, and here we are. We're on the precipice of playing baseball, high school baseball in New Jersey, and I know the entire state is so excited. So thank you guys so much.
Thanks, Rich. We're looking forward to being back out there.
For the entire team at Jersey Sports Zone, I'm Rich Crampanis. Thanks so much for watching Jersey Sports Zone's Last Dance Selection Tournament show, and we will be out there starting July 14th with highlights from all over the state of New Jersey. Jersey Sports Zone will have extended highlights and post-game reaction throughout the Last Dance Baseball Tournament, thanks to the support of Sterling National Bank.